Okay,
says Luke calmly.
Don't panic.
Don't panic? Luke is saying don't panic. No, this is all wrong. My husband never says don't panic. If he's saying don't panic, then what he really means is there's every good reason to panic. God, now I'm panicking. Lights are flashing and the police siren is still sounding. All I can think are wild random thoughts like, do handcuffs hurt? And who shall I call from my jail cell? And are the jumpsuits all orange? A policeman is heading towards our hired Class C 26-foot motorhome. Blue gingham drapes, flowery upholstery, 6 beds, although bed is an exaggeration. Try 6 skinny mattresses plonked on planks of wood. He's one of those cool-looking American policemen with mirror shades and a tan, and he looks very scary. My heart starts to thump, and I automatically start searching around for a hiding place. Okay, maybe this is a slight overreaction, but I've always been nervy around policemen, ever since I smuggled 6 pairs of Dolly's shoes out of Hamley's, aged 5, and a policeman came up to me and boomed,
"What have you got there, young lady?"
And I nearly jumped out of my skin. He was admiring my helium balloon, it turned out. We sent the Dolly's shoes back in a padded envelope after Mum and Dad found them, with a letter of apology, which I wrote myself. And then Hamley's wrote back and said, "Don't worry," very nicely. I think that's the first time I realised that writing a letter is actually a very good way to get yourself out of a tricky situation. "Luke," I mutter urgently. "Quick! Are we supposed to bribe them? How much cash have we got?"
"Becky," says Luke patiently, "I said don't panic. There'll be a perfectly good reason why they've pulled us over."
"Should we all get out?" says Suze.
"I say we stay in the vehicle,"
says Janice, sounding edgy.
"I say we act perfectly normal, as though we've got nothing to hide."
"We have got nothing to hide," says Alicia, sounding exasperated.
"Everyone needs to relax." "They've got guns," says Mum wildly, peering out of the window. "Guns, Janice!" "Jane, please calm down," says Luke. "I'll go and talk to them." He gets out of the RV, and the rest of us look around at one another anxiously.
I'm travelling with my best friend Suze, my very much unbest friend Alicia, my daughter Minnie, my mum, and her best friend Janice. We're on our way to Las Vegas from LA, and already we've argued about the air conditioning, the seating arrangements, and whether Janice should be allowed to play Celtic pipe music to calm her nerves. Answer, no. 5 votes to 1. It's a tad fraught, this road trip, and we've only been going for 2 hours. And now this. I watch as the cop approaches Luke and starts talking.
"Doggy,"
says Minnie, pointing out of the window.
"Big, big, big doggy."
A second cop has come up to Luke with an intimidating-looking police dog. It's a German shepherd and is sniffing around Luke's feet. Suddenly, it looks up at the RV and barks.
"Oh, God!"
Janice emits an anguished cry.
"I knew it. It's the narcotics squad. They're going to sniff me out."
"What?" I turn to stare at her. Janice is a middle-aged lady who likes flower arranging and doing people's makeup in lurid shades of peach. What does she mean, sniff her out?
"I'm sorry to have to tell you, everybody,"
she gulps dramatically,
"but I have illicit drugs about my person."
For a moment, nobody moves. My brain is refusing to compute these 2 elements. Illicit drugs? Janice?
"Drugs?"
Mum exclaims. "Janice, what are you talking about?"
"The jet lag,"
Janice moans.
"My doctor was so unhelpful, I had to resort to the internet. Annabelle at the Bridge Club gave me the website, but it had a disclaimer, may be prohibited in certain countries. And now that dog will sniff them out and will get hauled in for questioning."
She breaks off at the sound of frenzied barking. I have to admit, the police dog seems quite keen on coming over to the RV. It's pulling on its leash and yelping, and the policeman keeps looking down at it in irritation.
"You bought prohibited drugs?"
Suze explodes.
"Why would you do that?"
"Janice, you're going to jeopardise the whole trip."
Mum sounds apoplectic.
"How could you bring Class A drugs into America?"
"I'm sure they're not Class A," I say, but Mum and Janice are too hysterical to listen.
Get rid of them!
Mum is saying shrilly.
Now! Here they are.
Janice takes 2 white packets out of her bag, her hands fumbling.
I never would have brought them if I'd known. Well, what shall we do with them? Demands Mum. Everyone swallow 1 blister pack, says Janice, pulling them out of the boxes in agitation. That's the only thing we can do.
Are you nuts?
Retorts Suze furiously.
I'm not swallowing unlicensed tablets from the internet.
Janice, you have to dispose of them, says Mum. Get out and scatter them by the side of the road. I'll distract the police. No, we'll all distract the police. Everybody out of the RV, now! The police will notice, wails Janice. No, the police won't notice, says Mum firmly. Do you hear me, Janice? The police won't notice. Not if you're quick.